Hello and welcome to Technical Rants episode 22, As Wichita Falls, So Falls, Wichita Falls. Today, let's talk about how the web app killed the desktop star. Kind of interesting to think about. And the way I came about it was very interesting. Through Twitter, I saw a link for this productivity app. And I went to it to take a look at it, and it was a desktop application. I'm like, wait, stop, just a minute. Why do I want to install a desktop application on my computer where I can only access the data from one location? This makes no sense to me. And I got to thinking about that, about that whole logic, that whole thinking. And I was like, wow, I no longer wish to install desktop applications on my computer. I want them all to be internet apps. That's the only way I'll do it, because I want to be able to access my data, at the office, when I'm at the coffee shop, when I'm at home, wherever I'm at. I want to be able to have access to my data. When you get down to it, when Bill Gates started out, he was like, the operating system is the key to the computer. Agreed. Totally agree. But if you look at it in terms of today, data is the essential key to a powerful application. Simple as that. If you don't have the data, your application is useless. If you have Word but you have no data, Word is useless. But if that data is only in one location, well, your data and application are now out of use. They're gone. So, great. We have Google Apps. We have your word processor, we have your Excel, and we have your PowerPoint. Plus, we have your email, we have your calendar. It's beautiful. I was thinking, of trying to put this whole rant into a talk for OzCon coming up, but I don't know. I think the time has kind of passed, or it's like very much right there on the deadline. Because it really is. That is the truth. That is where we're at in terms of computing. For at this point in time for computing, we want access to our data, and the only way to get access to all of our data is if our data is on the internet. Well, yeah, that brings up a whole other issue of stuff, right? But it is the truth, and web apps are so beautiful. I was looking at Mint because, I liked Quicken, right? When Quicken was the shit in the day, but it's not the shit anymore. It really, really isn't. I don't know what the shit is. I'm told so far out of reach with that whole realm. I just look at my banking, online data stuff. But, then I got to thinking, well, I'd like to set up a budget. So I got to looking at, got a beta set up from Mint.com and looked at that. And yeah, it's nifty, it's neat, blah, 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 blah. But can I set up a budget? Can I do things that I want to do? No, I can't. Because what I want to do, I want to be able to go in there and edit every single little transaction. Okay, I went to the grocery store. Okay, I want to apply that line item to this budget item over here. And then I want to be able to look at my budget and say, okay, so far for this month, I've spent X amount of dollars on groceries. I have X amount of dollars left in my budget for this month. Can I do that with Mint? No, I can't. So what do? I create my own web app. And it's beautiful. That's the way I do it. That's the way it should be. I should be able to have my data and do with it as I want. That's beautiful. Data is the key, is the essential component to all of this. So the web app is killing the desktop star. I'm so sorry, Microsoft. I'm sorry you're going to eventually go out of business, that you won't be able to transform your business model into the internet, because really, I can do all that I want to do. I can do it on a Mac, I can do it on Linux, I can do it on Windows, and I can almost, pretty much, this close to be able to do it on my BlackBerry. So the operating system, it doesn't matter anymore. It's the data. That's what you got to remember. Technical Rants, episode 22. As Wichita Falls, so falls Wichita Falls.